Aha. And there we have it. Fantastic. And I am going to do the same as a backup. There we go. Okay, fantabulous. Well, we are take two.
I love you. I love you, Craig.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at noon o'clock here on the West Coast, 1 o'clock in Mountain, 2 o'clock in Central, and 3 o'clock Eastern. And whatever time it happens to be where you are watching, whether you're watching the replay or live, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the AMAs. Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. And, wow, can you believe it? This is the last AMA of 2022.
Yeah.
And next week, a brand new year. Wow. Well, actually tomorrow, really, but I'm saying next week if we do another AMA. So, but you know what, Robert? I love what you shared earlier today. When you share your daily posts, and today is a perfect way, I think, to get started in 2023. And so I love it. It says, "Be who you are, and say what you feel." Because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
Very good.
Yeah, and it's a great sentiment as we close out 2022 and get ready for 2023. How is it going to be for you? I hope it's going to be a fantastic year. And this is going to be a great AMA because we're going to go over a lot of stuff. I'm sure you have questions for Robert. He has the answers. So for those of you that are watching on Facebook, we definitely want to let you know that you can join us by going to roberthollis.com/AMA. And we are right there. You go ahead and come in and you can ask your question live to Robert. That's what's really fun because he will answer it to you personally. You can also, those of you that are watching on Facebook, but you want to share a question of which we will ask it on your behalf, go ahead and type Q or question and then type your question in the chat on Facebook. Now, if you've gone over to Zoom, or those of you that are on Zoom, very, very simple to do. If you have a question, you can either raise your hand and we will call on you. Now, Bill Shoemaker, he's the number one here. He's got his hand already raised. Very simple to do. Just put your cursor in the middle of the screen. For those of you watching on Zoom, at the bottom, there's a button there that says reactions. Click on that button, and then below, on the bottom of where it pops up, it will say raise hand. You raise your hand, we will call on you, and you can ask Robert a question personally. If you don't want to ask Robert a question personally, that's fine. You can still ask the question. Put your question the same way that I mentioned in Facebook in the chat here in Zoom by typing question or Q and then typing the question, and we will ask it on your behalf. That's how we do our AMAs. And it's fun. It's amazing. You learn a lot. And, Robert is an incredible person to ask these questions. He's got, in the network marketing industry alone, he's on a roll in his 36th year. So you think he kind of has some experience doing this. And not only just that, but just about life itself and becoming a better human doing, as he likes to say. Because remember, if we keep doing better and better, or gooder and gooder, 1% gooder every day, at the end of the year, we are 365% gooder by the end of the year. That is the goal. Robert helps us go in that direction with his advice, his guidance, his mentorship. And you know what? I think it's about that time to get this baby started. I also want to put out a shout out to Matthew Hollis for helping us every time we do an AMA because he sets this whole thing up. He's our backbone. He helps all the way and as well gives some great advice. So let's get this whole party started. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Thank you, Craig, the most incredible MC in the world. And thank you so much for your great words. And hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And before we get started with the AMA today, I know that a lot of you keep in track with what we do on YouTube. So at the beginning of this year, beginning of this week, we're talking about preparing for 2023. And then it's impossible to begin to learn if that's what you think you already know, so that's a lot of words for me saying it's hard to learn when you're a know-it-all. And then, then we went from there. Priorities. Everybody thinks they don't have enough time, when in reality, it's just not a priority for you. So you got to change that. And then it's funny, for some of you, we know that we're going to celebrate 23 tonight. But this was the first year that I got up early, and I've already done Zooms for 2023 for Australia and Thailand. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's like, so, hey, they said they wanted to immediately have a Zoom for the new year. And I'm like, isn't that tomorrow? They're like, yeah, that's why we asked you to do it. And it's like, so one of the things that I want to share with you guys before we go into that is, just keeping it simple, looking forward. I was just telling them that still to this date, it's so neat to get excited about life if you're looking forward to something. But there is one other thing that will stop you from looking forward: looking backwards. So a lot of you need to find a way to let go. Let go. You don't want to spend, normally right after Merry Christmas, and New Year's, this is like, I don't know, like a black hole. You know what I mean? Because people are like, well, my year sucked. I might as well not start until it gets to 2023. And they don't realize that they were in that pattern in November, in October, and in July. Hey, I'll wait till summer. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's winter and everyone's still in school. You know what I mean? It's like we consistently got this thing that we're waiting for. And if you didn't have a 22 the way you wanted it, don't beat yourself up. Try to let go. Some people like to say, let go and let God. But, don't repeat the things that you did in 22 that didn't make your life worth living. And a lot of you, I know, I have personal conversations with a lot of you, and a lot of you, man, are just, you're really, really, really good at beating yourself up. Really good. So, just put it away and let's move forward. So, Greg, that's all I got to say is don't beat yourself up for what you didn't do. Let's focus on what we can do and moving forward.
That is, I think that's probably even better than what you shared earlier, Robert. I mean, yeah, what's done is done. What's past is past. Pick it up and move. Yeah, absolutely. And I know, Shelley, you're saying COVID got me, lost time, but you know what? That's again in the past. Let's get it going again. Every single one of us. And by the way, before we get start with our hands raised and a couple of questions that have already come in, I see Bill, John, and Jay with their hands up. I've got a question from Mary. So you guys are on the hook so far. And I know Matt has put in the chat how to get, at least in Facebook, to ask a question. I've put in also the chat here in Zoom. So please, let's go. Let's make this a great way to finish off the year at AMA. And if you do want Robert's book for free, this little guy right here.
What happened?
It's blurred. That's weird. Huh.
There
he is. He's got it.
Here you go.
All right. I think I know. It's a setting that I have on my camera.
You got the fancy background there. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. But please, you want Robert's book and you want to follow Robert all year long, even beyond that. Go to roberthollis.com, youtube.com/free. You'll get his book, you'll get access to his website, and access to a lot of videos. I've also posted the where you can find Robert's YouTube videos at roberthollis.com/YouTube. So you got plenty of ways to connect with Robert throughout the year, including the AMAs, including his daily broadcasts. So what a way to get 2023 started. And let's get 2022 done. First of all, the man who seems to always get in first, although the man I'm going to call on second sometimes has beat him, but he's coming up. I got Bill John Jay. Let's go ahead and open it up with Bill Shoemaker. Bill, all right, let's do that. And you are on the clock. Let her go.
Thank you, Craig. And John, sorry about that, man. But and
Bill, that was a lie.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so don't go
Don't
into
lie.
23 lying. You're like, hey, John, I'm glad I beat you.
Well, I love John. I love when John shares. It was amazing. He is amazing, and so are you. So are you. And thank you, Matt.
Bill going sideways. Hey, I'm really sorry, John. No, you wasn't. No, you
Thank you, Matthew, for all you do too, and thank you, Robert, for all you do and doing this on on New Year's Eve. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about really taking action. Like you said, I can't dwell on the past. The past is the past. And so I'm working your system. You shared a video at the beginning of this month, a short one that you did personally, said don't share it or publish it. Do you still recommend that video, or are you working on something else?
Yeah, I wanted to finish off this year. I probably won't get it edited and everything till tomorrow, but definitely use that video. There was a person that reached out to me, Faith, and she said, are you still telling people to use the steps to freedom and success? And it was so funny. I went back and I looked at it and I went, yeah, that one's pretty good too. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you guys understand why I even create videos for you guys, just listen to this. The video basically, because maybe you are not a person that believes in this company and this kind of business, and because you don't believe it for you, maybe you're lacking a little bit of belief and faith and enthusiasm, excitement about what can happen, and so. If you don't have that, you need to borrow mine. You know what I mean? So you borrow my confidence, my faith, my enthusiasm. And really the video is to get people. It's a sorting tool. And the video is very simply, if a person watches that and you say, listen, would you like to create a free account? And they don't, you guys just got to understand there's nothing wrong with the video that you're using. You just got a video in front of an uninterested person. And it's amazing to me because I'm going to really talk about that going into the new year, because just think of this. Have any one of you ever had someone share something with you that you didn't like, that you wasn't interested in? I think we're so crazy because we're so simple people. My son, Matthew, I don't have a trained ear for rap music. I know I would if I listened to it all the time. And sometimes Matt says, Dad, you got to listen to this song. And I'm not opposed to it. I'm neutral. I'm not judging. And I don't get it. Because my ears are not trained to listen to that kind of music, that stringing words together that fast, that quick. My mind's not used to that. And one of the things that's funny is a lot of people that are around me will watch me talk to people that have broken English, and I can understand every word. From the time that I moved to California, I have listened to people speak broken English all day, every day. And I got a trained ear for people speaking broken English. So whether it's from Europe or another country or Latinos or people from, Asia, when I hear someone talking broken English, I can understand every word. because I have a trained ear. So a lot of people, what they do is they use a video or they use whatever thing that's supposed to get them interested. They're using a peak of interest. And when they get the peak of interest in front of uninterested people, they immediately overthink and say, this doesn't work. That's the problem. It's like, I did the script exactly the way Robert told me to. I'm telling you guys, if you guys knew how many people don't reply to me, if you knew how many people that try to pitch me on other things, you guys know I'm always working on this. When someone reaches out to me with hello, how many of you guys seen the hello or hi, right? Here's my response. Hi, how long have you been in My Daily Choice? My Daily Choice, what is that? Thank you very much. What? So yeah, so now I'm waiting for people. Now, since I came up with that comeback, guess how many people I've signed up that send me messages randomly? Nobody. But at least I think it's funny. You know what I mean? Hello. Hello. How long you been in My Daily Choice? Huh? So I hope that helped you, Bill. So
You know, it always helps me, Robert. And you know, it's true. We take ourselves way too serious. And if we just lighten up on ourselves, that will, do things. One other question, though, a question you had, I think it was last week or the week before, about how you attribute to a lot of your success of doing videos every day as well. But my question is, so what if a person doesn't want to do a video every day? Do you think they can be just as successful just by promoting you?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind, because my early success in this company and my success in the other companies and my success in the first company, all was doing exactly what I teach you guys.
I knew that. I just wanted to hear it from you.
Yeah. Here's another one I want to bring up to you guys. Maybe this will really help with your mindset. I hope it does. People are always like, I don't know how I can get in the right energy and the right enthusiasm, and I don't know how to connect with people. You know, Robert says, people don't care what you know unless they know that you care. And I just wish I could stop my overthinking and being stuck with understanding how to connect with people. And, I just don't know how to do this. And then Christmas came, and every one of you are like, hey, Bill, Merry Christmas. Hey, Craig, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Hey, I hope the kids are doing good. Hi, Jay, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Hey, John, I just wanted to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. No, you guys don't have any problem with connecting at all if you would get yourself out of your frickin' way. See, it's the overthinking. So what have some of you done to me today? Hey, Robert, I just wanted to wish you a happy new year for you and your family. Just hope everything's going great. Right now, I'm getting peak of interest, connection messages all day long, and people just don't understand, maybe they should follow up on that. So all day, every day for the last 2 days and tomorrow, how many of you are going to send messages to people? That's connection. Did that help? I hope that helped with people's thinking. I don't know what to say. Happy New Year, Craig. Hope this message finds you and yours blessed. I hope 23 is the best year ever for you. How many of you have a lot of friends, a lot of followers, a lot of friend requests? People that are in your contacts that you haven't talked to forever. You should be very busy the rest of the day and tomorrow and the next day. Well, on the 2nd, that's all right. Hey, Lisa, I forgot to send you a Happy New Year's message. I hope this finds you and yours blessed. How long could you go into 23? Until you start overthinking. As soon as you start overthinking, you'll stop connecting. And then the people that you did connect to, you'll overthink again. Yeah, but I wish Jay a Happy New Year for him and his family, but he didn't reply back. And then he replies back, hey, Robert, Happy New Year to you too and your family. Thank you so much for the message. Me and my family were, taking some time off over the New Year's and sorry I didn't get back to you. Robert, yeah. Jay connected with me 5 days after New Year's, and I don't know what to say. I'm back. It took me 48 hours to go back into the thinking too much, not doing anything with my life phase. Okay. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, sir. Awesome. Yeah, I've been connecting to people, and just the other day, I connected to somebody who had the most positive mental attitude. He didn't join me or anything, but it was just being connected to that person that lifted me up. One lifts everybody up. It doesn't matter. Just connect to those people.
So when you guys are at the height of your enthusiasm and excitement and you connect with somebody that that always leaves you a birthday wish, always a Merry Christmas, always Happy Hanukkah, always Happy New Year. You guys just don't realize that that's my level of excitement, enthusiasm, 365 days.
Perfect.
As happy as I am to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and the best 23 ever, I leave that exact same message every day to people that have never heard that message. It's just missing Happy New Year. Hey, John, was thinking of you today, and I just wanted to reach out and hope this message finds you and you're blessed and your family safe during these times. Okay.
Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome, Bill.
That is just keeping it super simple. KISS. That's what Robert talked about yesterday. I'll post, in fact, now that I think about it, I'll post that link in the chats so that you can watch the simple video that Robert shared with us yesterday. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Robert, just really quick before we move on to our next person, the Steps to Success and Freedom video, I have the link. Should I post it or wait? Because obviously you said your final editing and moving forward, probably.
You can post it. You can definitely post it.
Okay, so we'll post it now, but please understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the new one is coming out soon.
Yeah, and I'll talk about it in our first videos moving forward this year.
Fantastic. All right. Well, let's get moving on with our next person who's asking a question. I've got a couple of questions from Facebook, and a couple of more people have signed on here to ask you questions. Excellent. So we're ready to roll. We're doing a great job here. Let's go to John Tier, who has his hand up and has been waiting patiently. John, bring it on.
Merry New Year.
And a joyous one to you, John.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Man, you're talking about connecting. Sometimes I connect with so many people. Sometimes I may not hear back from a person for like several months.
Yeah.
And because I realize that when you just keep connecting, you don't even really, think about, if somebody will reply to it or not. I've had people talk to me, it'll be December, and I connected with them back in April.
Yeah.
And I talk to them as if they had connected with me on the same day. I just go right into the conversation as if we've been talking the same, as long as we've been talking.
Proud of you, John, man. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't, I've learned to divorce myself away from the results. You just keep moving. I was going to say that. And then you talked about, studying a book this year. Well, one of the books that really caught my eye was something that Jenna talked about. This imagination creates results.
Okay.
This little book here is so powerful. I mean, it has really, I read it and I think I would underline the whole book, you know? And
Wow.
so
Look how small it is too.
I know. But this will be my book for 2023. I'll be studying this book, over and over again. But it talks about changing your state. Talks about, man, there's one section in there that talks about I am, and how we don't realize that when we use I am in a negative fashion, how it's a way of taking the Lord's name in vain. And I was just like, whoa, this is really, 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 really powerful stuff.
It's actually where the word cussing comes from. See, people say it's cussing, but it's a curse. That's where the word curse word came from. And we don't realize that we're cursing ourselves by using the word I am.
Woo!
I am lazy. I'm always late. I am still struggling from COVID. I am, hey, just,
right.
Our creator went, let there be light.
Yes.
And we're saying, I'm not a people person.
Yes.
I'm not a salesperson. I have no friends. Stop cursing yourself.
So, right. And so for 2023, I have written out my I am statements. All the things that I am declaring to be. And just one more quick comment.
Please.
Even when they came to get Jesus at the Garden of Gethsemane, there were a lot of guards there, and they said, "Are you the Christ?" He said, "I am," and they fell backwards. Just to show you how powerful those two words are when you declare those words. So I'm watching what I'm thinking, and I'm only declaring things that I actually want to be in 2023. How about that? Declare what you want to be in 2023.
Way to go, John. Thank you for sharing. It's funny because my whole mentality shifted for me. I haven't read that book yet, but when I knew that I could wish and pray and inspire other people. So if I get a bunch of people to replace their income so they have freedom, then it's amazing how much the company pays me. So that is pretty powerful, John. Thank you for sharing that, man. And please send me the link to that book.
Sure.
Yeah. What was the name of that book again?
It's called Imagination Creates Reality. It's by Neville.
The Neville Goddard book. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. I will try to find that link in Amazon.
I see Kai also posted the audio book on YouTube. So
perfect. Thank you so much, Kai. I'll go ahead and let me bring that into the Facebook group. But in the meantime, while I get that ready, and I did, by the way, put yesterday's YouTube video in both the chats.
Thank you.
Let's see. There was a question that came in from Mary Valchik. Robert, in your experience, on average, how many people do you need to talk to before you get anyone to sign up as a free affiliate? I guess, I mean, it's just like what Jim Rohn used to say, you got to sow the seeds, right?
Yeah. Mary, one of the things that people do to stop themselves from doing what is needed is putting unrealistic expectations on themselves. All right. So let me give you an example. I know probably not all of you that watch this live or recorded have done this, but if you've ever hiked up a very tall path, it's the coolest thing you can do, because your mind, any kind of work, physical work that you do, your mind's right away goes, why did I start this? So you're excited to go on the hike. You're excited to climb the hill or a partial mountain. Me, I got up early this morning and it snowed. We have a very large driveway. And you can make the decision, well, I don't want to. And if I don't do it at a certain time, then people will drive on it. It packs it down. Then it turns into ice. And now people can't get up and down my driveway because it's too steep. So my point being is every time I'm excited to go out and shovel the driveway, it doesn't take long before my mind goes, you don't have to do this. And I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm out here doing it right now. Yeah, but the sun's going to come out. You've done enough. You can go back in. Am I the only person this happens to? Please give me a star or a 1 or something that while you're doing something, and you might even be enjoying doing it. Where's this stupid little voice comes from? That's enough. That's enough. So I'll never forget this one time. I was by myself and I was climbing up this really tall, it was like a mountain. And I'm going up it. I'm doing pretty good. Then all of a sudden I get a little tired. And so I decide to take a breather. And my brain goes, why are you going to the top of this? Just turn around, freaking go back down. And my mind goes, no, I said I would climb to the top of this mountain, but no one's watching. There's no one even here. No one even knows if you turn around. Who cares? And then you muster it up again. And then you start climbing the mountain a little further. And your brain goes, this is a lot further than you thought. This is taking a little more energy and a little more time than you anticipated. And that usually happens around halfway. And then you put your head down, climb up another quarter of the way, and your brain goes, oh my God, I can see the top. It's not that far away. You start picking up speed and then you lose wind faster because it was further away than you thought it was. And what I love about this story is when you finally get to the peak and you're a little exhilarated, you're a little excited. You look around and you're not even close to the tallest peak. You stand on the peak and you see all these other peaks around because you have a higher point of view. That was probably a longer than what Mary needed for this answer. But I want you to constantly think, Mary, stop keeping track and measuring stuff that doesn't matter. Because if you say, well, how many people should I talk to before I find someone? What if it was on 103? Person 103, you would find me. And your mind said, I haven't gotten anybody at 100. I contacted 100 people, got 100 people to watch the video. And no one got in, I'm quitting. And I would be 103. So Mary, everyone that watches this video live or recorded, you want to set an event like I talked about. What are you looking forward to? I need to make $5,000. I need to make $5,000. I need to make $5,000. Okay. $5,000 one time, $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Oh, okay. So that's 50,000 in volume. You divide that by 90, and I got to find 555 people in my group. 550 loyal, active, satisfied, and happy affiliates. All doing 90 in volume. So now what your goal is to get to 50,000 and become 50K in one calendar month. Now, just start piquing interest and start connecting and start piquing interest and start connecting. Make that as a goal. The first thought that just popped in my house is, what if you purchase your dream property the hunk of land on wherever, mountains, lakes, ocean, whatever. And now it's time to build the home on it, your dream home. The person that's building the home can give you an estimate of when they think the home's going to be completed. They're never, ever right. When you get your car, you're working on a car, you're remodeling your home. Why is it that it always takes longer than it's supposed to take? We're human beings. We're human beings. So, Mary, I hope that helped you. So when people say, how many people do I need to contact? How many seeds should I plant? How many hours should I work a day? Just each and every day, like Craig said earlier, just do your best. I know you guys are going to not believe me, but there's some days that I don't contact anybody. Although I don't remember when that was. As soon as I said that, the other voice that I've trained, my superpower voice, went, you connect with people every day. You don't miss a day. And I was like, you're right. How many of you have ever sent me a message? Did you get a return? Yeah. There's some people that actually think you could do this business without returning messages. Whatever. That's anti-connection one-on-one. How to turn somebody off. I got people in my group right now, you guys, that are full-time people. They make easily over $5,000 a month. And you know why they picked me? Because I need another leaders that they called when returned their messages. Yeah, I'm going to return messages. So I hope that helped, Mary. I see you're putting in here. Yes, it did. Excellent. Love and appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'm going to, Jay and Lisa Marie, hang on, please, because I got a follow-up question here from somebody who had submitted here in the Zoom. This is from, and there's no name, but it's aztecchocolate@gmail.com.
Wow.
So whoever Aztec Chocolate is, thank you for submitting. Signed up new affiliates. What is the best way to start after they have done all the back office work? I think you just kind of answered the question.
Yeah.
But...
The thing that I do is I make sure that they understand a theoretical example. I mean, okay, so if people are not moving forward and not doing what they are supposed to be doing, they're not excited about the future. And so you guys have probably seen me, maybe this group hasn't seen me do this. Let me give you something really quick. This is at the back of Josh Weigel's video on High Life Travel. Can you guys see those numbers okay?
Yes, we can.
Did that make it better?
Yes, much better. It's now clear.
Oh, okay, cool. So when you're looking at this number, I want everyone to understand that this is a simple theoretical example. And what it's saying right here is this is a projection, does not include check matching, customer mastery bonus, or rank bonuses. This is just one of the 8 checks that we get. So if I was sharing this with Gmail Chocolate, here's what people don't understand about this business. Okay, let's get 2 people that are doing 90 in volume. That's 180 in volume. Monthly commissions, not really anything. Okay, let's help those 2 get 4. $54. Let's help those 4 get 8. $108. This is a month in commissions. 216, 432, 864. Now, these are all compounded. Do you guys understand that these are all added? So as you're building your little group, if you got 2,000 and I think 2,024 people, you'd be making $27,000 a month. That's $330,000 a year. So when my mentor showed me this, I was like, well, I got to get 2,000 people. That's what I want to do. Now, you make upfront money, you make check matching, you make jump starts, customer bonuses, you make all these other bonuses. But my question is to each and every one of you, what if your focus and it took you 5 years to make this happen? How many people know that 5 years happens anyway? Another year went by. So there was a lot of people that was in this business a year ago. So why is my income 6 figures a month and yours is 0? Because I believe in the 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and I will find people that want to replace their income. So in that theoretical example, I don't know how many people we have to go through to find 2 people that want to make more than an average income. So my first was Melody Riva. My second was Aaron Parker. My third was Candice Bird Davis. My fourth was Tomas Adam. Do you guys realize that it says here I need 2 good legs and I have 4? And that's what makes over $1 million a year. And sort of going back a little bit to Mary's question. What if I told you that I truly believe that I personally enrolled 7,000 people to make that happen? Is it worth it? Would you guys personally enroll 7,000 people to make $1 million a year? That's my attitude. So that's why I continue to be on the leaderboard. I was on the leaderboard today. I'm on the leaderboard last month. I'm on the leaderboard the month before that. I see, it's just, for me to go to master, I got to beat up on Candice, Aaron, Tomas, and Melody. I got to beat them up and everyone in their group. I got to beat them up because they're not doing what they need to be doing because I'm not a master. Did you guys catch that? Or what I could do is say, well, if 4 people got me $1 million, then I take that times 5. So instead of having 4 producers, I need 20 producers. And some people will tell me, you count on me. Kai, you saying I counted on you? I counted on you last year. How many people told me that at the end of 22? Hey, you could count on me. I'm one of your supers. And I'm like, that would be awesome. But why not just do what you can? See, Kai, I seen you on here. You're one of the people that said guilty for beating yourself up. I think the reason that you know that you're guilty for beating yourself up is because you got to stop saying comments like that. Just be a better Kai every day. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be exciting to other people. Just Kaizen. Not a competition. You don't need to be one of my supers. You just need to be the best guy. All right? You guys like that? Cool.
Does that mean then is Kai as part of Kai Zen?
Whoa, he's got it in his name.
He's got it there. Yeah. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate you.
Hey, that was great, Craig. That was great. Kai could save up some money and get his last name changed to Zen.
Yeah, there we go. And by the way, the name of Aztec chocolate is Felix. I'm assuming that because he posted that here. So Felix,
Thank you, Felix.
Thank you so very much for posting that question. Next up, okay, we're gonna go back to the live people that are waiting with their hands raised. And Jay Clark, thank you so much for being patient. Appreciate you. Just a lot of things that tie in together. We want to make sure that we could try to keep the train rolling on the same tracks as they come up. So Jay, go ahead, unmute yourself, and let's get rolling with your share.
Hello, good last day of the year, 2022. All done here real soon. Thank you
Jay.
so much, Robert. I have kind of a technical question here in regards to what is your strategy in managing your downline placement of new associates?
Me, everything that I do in life runs through a filter that my mentor taught me. And that filter is in the video that I just did called Simple.
Oh,
And so Jay, here's my entire technical training on placement. When you log into your back office on dashboard, you'll get to see what volume you have on the left side or the right side. The volume that has the least amount of volume, set it to that side.
okay.
Now, I know there's a lot of people that use the holding tank and closing skills and manipulation skills and all of that. I don't do any of that because I'm simple.
I get it.
So I log into my back office before I connect during the day. I see what leg is my lesser volume leg, and I set it to that, and I go to work. And in 4 years and 9 months in this company, I've switched my leg 6 times. So I built up one leg and then went to the other leg and then went to the other leg and went back and forth. So yeah, Jay, that's my strategy. And the other strategy, Jay, would be one that we already talked about, which I need 200,000 active people in my organization to go to master.
Listening to all of this, there's been a lot of communication today going on that's all been somewhat interlinked. This whole discussion in this session has been awesome.
Thank you, Jay.
Putting it all together. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that sometimes the human mind listens to when you talk. For me, my mind shuts up when I'm talking because it wants to hear what I'm talking about. Hard to think while you're talking. And if for those of you that overthink stuff, that would be maybe what you should ask yourself. Why am I overthinking this? What would stop me? What is stopping me from connecting and helping another human being's life be better?
Yes.
Because I tell people all the time, Jay, I think that everyone that's listening to this video live or recorded would be the best recruiter on the planet if they thought this was for other people than them. Because a lot of us might be okay. We might be comfortable. We're making ends meet. We're not that far in debt. We can watch one reality show and go, my life's not that bad. It's like, at least I'm not fighting a bunch of people on Survivor. It's like my life is not that bad. So then that allows us sort of to go, I got a decent car. I don't need to travel. So where the mind flips, Jay, is when you look at other people that have succeeded in this industry and in MDC, and you find out that when they found MDC, they needed it in a critical time in their life. And so how many people on the planet right now, between you and I, Jay, that are on their knees praying to whatever power they know and going, please, I can't take another 22, man. I really, really, really can't. There's got to be a better way, man. There's got to be someone that can help me. There's got to be someone that, will share with me a way to get out of this hole. I can't take another year of this. And a person in that feeling, getting a message from Jay, hey, I just was thinking about you today. I don't know what's going on, but I hope everything's going great with you and your family. And I just hope you have a great 23. And they look up and go, thank you. Thank you. And then they're like, okay, I guess the universe or whoever's listening to me. And then a day or two later, Jay says, hey, another reason I reached out was thinking of you is I'm helping a company expand right now. Do you know of anyone that needs to make some extra money? I'm working directly with people that have helped people become millionaires, and I'm learning from them. Is there any way I could send you a short video for you to look at? And once you see it and create a free account, I know you're going to know somebody we can help. And they're like, that person's me.
Yes, it was me.
That's what happened to me 36 years ago. That you guys got to understand, that's exactly why I'm here today, is because Sean Hennigan, that never made a dime in this industry, had the courage to call me up and go, Bobby, how you doing? You got a minute? And I lied to him. I said, oh, I'm doing awesome. He said, hey, listen, I met this guy making 62 grand a month and he's looking for people to train. Would you like to meet him? Hell yes. And I seen it in my mentor. You know what I mean? So I got to watch that in a video and he looked at me and he goes, oh my God, I put tires on and off cars. You're a mechanic. You're going to crush this. That was the second time, Jay, in my life that someone told me that I was good, that I could do this. And so that's what we got to be for other people. We got to stop waiting around for us to be good. Who cares if we ever get good? How many people has Sean Hennigan impacted in the last 30 years because of his one call to me? Would you guys mind if I tell you a funny story? I love this story. There's it would be like Joel Osteen. I'm not saying Joel, but when your grandfather was a pastor and then your father was a pastor and then you're a pastor, you've been it your whole life, right? And it's a story of someone like Joel Osteen that all of a sudden, wrong place, wrong time, and he ends up dead. And now he's up there with the Creator. And there was this book and part in the Bible about, people that put everything into their heart and soul into witnessing and salvation, that they're going to be closer to Jesus and God, right? And some of this stuff you guys could say, listen, Robert, you're not even close. It's just a story. Listen to this story. So Joel Osteen gets taken to his house. And when he gets to his house and he says, oh my God, who lives up there? Because I feel like I'm a mile away from the wealthy place up there. And the guy goes, oh, you know her. And he goes, her?
Yeah.
And he goes, let's go up there. So they go up there, knock on the door, and this lady comes out, and she's the cleaning lady for the church. And he's like blown away. He's going like, hi, and they hug and everything. And then they start walking away. And he goes, I don't understand why her house is closer. And she said, well, she started cleaning the church when your grandfather was a pastor. And she prayed every day for your grandfather. She prayed every day for your father. And she prayed every day for you. All the souls that were touched and won by you and your family was because of her prayers. I love that story.
Yes.
You never know. It's there's so much praise and recognition that gets given to the superstar. No one talks about the Sean Hennigans of the world. The people that had the bravery and the courage. And when it got, oh my God, I got to call my chicken list. Robert's on my chicken list. And so based on my book, if there was ever accountability where I'm standing in front of my creator, and he said, so what did you do with the years that I gave you to want to feel worthy to come into heaven? And before I say anything, I hear millions of people up there going, let him in. Let that guy in. Because it's not based on works that anyone is successful. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, everyone's going, Robert, Robert, Robert. And everyone goes, yeah, Sean Hennigan called him 36 years ago when he was on his knees looking for something better for him and his family. Let's all give praise and recognition to Sean Hennigan. Never made a dime in network marketing. I hope that helps some of you.
Yes.
Because some of you are not doing this because you're too comfortable. And you keep putting it off because you're too comfortable. What if it's not about you? What if you're the angel that was put here on this planet to just say something to somebody else?
Yes, we all are.
We all are. Thank you, Jay. So it's easy to say, that's why I was humble. That's why I'm still humble. Well, Robert, I really don't want to check out this video or create a free account. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Jay, to be honest with you, I'm learning from someone that's way more successful than I. And you got to help me out. I sure don't know why you'd want to hear it from me other than the people that actually created it. That's mind-boggling to me. If you were really looking for something that could change you and your family's life, why wouldn't you want to hear from the person that actually had the vision? I never thought of that. I guess you're right. Create a free account, and I'll point, guide, and direct you to a few videos that Josh and Jenna have done. It still might not be for you, but I know that you know people that this company could help. So thank you, Jay. I appreciate you, man.
One last final thing,
Sure.
the term KISS. Some of the folks here, I would suspect, I'm an old scouter from scouting from years and years ago, and we got into this thing of not being derogatory, try not to make everything more positive in talking not only to ourselves but to everybody else. Well, keep it simple, stupid is kind of negative. So we changed it to keep it simple, make it fun. KISMIF.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing here.
Yeah. I mean, if this business isn't fun, so keep it simple, keep it super simple.
That's what I, with all due respect, Jay, that's what I use because I felt the same way. I came from Boy Scouts, and I didn't like the idea of calling somebody stupid.
Right.
And so I thought, just keep it super simple. And you're still using the KISS method, or even Lisa Marie here posts in this chat, keep it simple, sweetie.
But now I think Lisa's hitting on me.
Yeah.
Well,
I love you, Lisa. It's like, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
Anyway.
I very rarely ever say the word stupid. I went and saying that. I'll say just keep it simple in my mind, because I pray for utterance before I do these. I always stop right there. You know what I mean? It's like, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Keep it duplicatable. Jay, I appreciate your participation. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And I did, as I mentioned earlier, I did post in both chats on Facebook and here in the Zoom the link to Robert's video yesterday. Simple, and
Thank you.
it's worth the watch. It really, really is, and especially after this. Lisa, I'm going to you next, so bear with me. Because I got a question here from the chats. Eric Markham has said, and I know you kind of alluded to this, Robert, but he is asking directly.
Okay.
Do you reach out to people even on holidays, or do you skip that day and just work on other things?
Well, like I explained today, I contact with more people on holidays than I do on a normal day, because I have a reason to. So every day when I said I don't connect, I've been with Facebook for 15 years, you guys. And do you guys know that every day I don't miss wishing people a happy birthday? Now, instead of 100 people or 200 people on my friends list, it's always around that 5,000 mark, and I got 23,000 people following. So, it's there's not a day that I go by that I'm not wishing someone happy birthday. And for some of you, it's not what you think. If you haven't gotten a birthday wish from me, I always put the first name. So I would put Monty. You are a blessing. Have an amazing day and year. Happy birthday. If I know them personally, I might put love and appreciate you. Oh, by the way, no, I don't do that. I connect first, wait for the connection to come back. That's my sorting. And then I go, oh, by the way, maybe you could do me a huge favor. I never thought about this, you guys, and I'm going to bring this up really quick. There's at least 5,000, if not more, birthday wishes I wish every year. I'm being brutally honest with you guys. You guys got to stop measuring stuff that doesn't matter. I know for a fact that it's less than 1% of the people that respond back to me. I know it's less than 1%. Oh, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Easily less than 1%. So 50 people out of 5,000. Some people don't like to hear those numbers. That's why I don't like talking about them. That's a really good reason to quit. No, I think that if you'll find the right people, so how many of you reached out to Craig Jackman and sung happy birthday to him? Craig, how many people did you have leave you a message where they were singing?
I only know of one.
See, that's a percentage I want to be in. Did you guys catch that? I don't want to be in the 1%. I want to be in the 0.0000001%. Because if I do stuff different and act different and connect different, then I'm going to get more connections. I'm about ready to do taxes. So did you guys know that last year at this time, maybe a couple days earlier, I went, I'm tired of making excuses. I'm going to figure out YouTube. I'm going to do a video a day. I think the first video that I did was even live on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I went, no, I'm just going to do it on Facebook, and then I'm going to download it and put it on YouTube, and I'm going to figure out YouTube. And then all of a sudden I get this thing that says, you have over 2,000 followers. That now makes you eligible for this. And then it said you had 4,000 followers, and it says now you're eligible for this. And then I hit 5,000. Then it said I was eligible for this. And so I was going into my online banking, and I clicked on my online banking, and I made $1,000 this year, you guys, extra money from YouTube. How many of you would have liked to make an extra $1,000? See, I didn't overthink. I just started doing something small every day. And now if you go look at the amount of views that I have and the amount of money, $200-300 a month now I make from Facebook, I don't think I didn't create enough views and following until I think my first check was in October. But October, November, December, that was over $1,000. And so I guess what I would do if I was like a lot of people out there is I would say, listen, let me show you how to make over $80 a month on YouTube. And all you got to do is pay me, $279 for how to make money on YouTube course. How many of you guys know I get paid from Meta too? Every month I get paid from Meta. I don't think it's that difficult. The reason I get paid and other people don't is because I freaking do something. All I do is do something. People go, well, I don't know what I talk about. Great. Look at one of my videos, watch it, take notes, do your own video. I think I seen Monty on here. Monty, I love Monty's lives. Monty, man, Lisa Marie, I like her lives. It's like, well, just start doing it. Do a Facebook Live. How many people should challenge themselves tomorrow and do a Facebook Live telling everybody Happy New Year? But don't measure stuff that don't matter. Because some of you will say, Happy New Year, I'm starting my new year out, I'm going to do a video. And then you go back and look at it tomorrow and it's got no likes, no hearts, no comments, no replies, no forwards. And you're like, this sucks. I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, you did one video. Keep doing it. Watch what happens. Craig, I think that was a good one.
Oh, wow. It certainly was. Okay, Lisa Marie, thank you so much for your patience. I'm going to get to you right now. But I also want to let Dee Dee Aston know that she's coming up, and I got another question from the chat. So, Lisa Marie, open up and please share. Thank you.
Hey, guys, and happy belated, Craig. You have touched on so many things, Robert, that have been just right there. Like Jay said, it's like everything is intertwined. When you talk about being comfortable, holy balls, it's like you're talking right to me every time. You know, right?
Yeah.
But I decided I'm almost to that breaking point. And I decided that 2023 is for me.
Yes, it is.
And I'm
What are you scared of?
I'm getting rid of all the outside noise, the drama. I am so done with pleasing people or doing what everybody else wants to do, or you know what? I'm done with that.
But
And
it doesn't have to be an either or, Lisa.
I feel like it does.
Well, if it does, then I think that's a good decision for you. But just know that there's going to be some repercussions from that. Because the people that have been, for lack of better words, using you are not going to like it when they don't get to use you anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's like we create this little comfort place. And then when we want to do something on our own, then everyone's mad at us for being selfish.
Exactly. What the hell?
That is a thing that everyone that watches this video, live or recorded, is the day that you start realizing that a drowning person is no help to a drowning person. So we can be comfortable, but we're not fulfilled. We can be comfortable, but there's still a lot of things that we would like to do that we say that we guess we'll never do. And so when you start stepping out of your comfort zone, the world will come out of the woodworks to try to stop you from doing it.
Oh, that's what's going on. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just everything is closing in.
I'll tell you what it is. It's, you know why the hero's journey, why there's always a Darth Vader and a Luke Skywalker? In country westerns, there was always a guy that wore the black hat and a guy that wore the white hat. They even went as far as the color of the chaps and the color of the horses. You ever notice that? So this constant thing in the world, whether we want to believe it or not, is this thing between the, the hero and the villain, right? And why most people don't ever really become anything in life is because as soon as they start moving forward, this world is set up. I didn't set it up. I love the way Jim Rohn says, if you don't like resistance, then maybe you should start your own world. You know what I mean? Start your own world in your own universe. And then in your universe, it won't be that way. But in our life, there's a resistance that you have to go through. Even when you're dating and trying to find that significant other, why do you have to go through so many not mates? You see, I could have said any bad word right there, right? But why do we constantly find relationships that make us want to give up and say it's not worth finding the right? Because when you work out, and a lot of people are probably going to start working out tomorrow, a lot of them are going to feel some resistance on January 2nd. It's called muscle aches. It's like, I can't get out of bed. Some of you are going to change your eating habits tomorrow. And you're going to have that voice called a hunger pain. You're going to have that voice that goes, I don't have any energy anymore. You know, my father-in-law used to say, you can't put it out if you don't put it in. You know what I mean? It's like, as soon as you do anything for you, Lisa, just know the resistance is coming. And here's where people mess up. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to acknowledge it. You don't have to explain who you are and why you're doing what you're doing.
That's what, yeah.
You
So
don't.
right. That's what I feel. And I'm being so defensive.
Yeah. And you don't have to. Just smile. Just smile. Kindness kills people. They'll stop. Yeah. They'll stop trying to get a reaction out of you, Lisa, when they no longer get a reason out of you. Now, I know we're talking about a lot of subjects here, but if you guys understand that there does not need to be another word that is said after the word no. It doesn't have to have words before it. Lisa, I'm really, really sorry. I just can't be available for you with that. And the reason why is because I'm going to take care of me. See, all this, hey, Lisa, what? Can you do this? No. What? No. Why? I'm busy. No. Why? I reset my priorities.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
I've reset my priorities and I'm focused on my priorities. I'll get to that when my priorities are taken care of.
Right. Yeah. I think I've already kind of
why are you smiling right now?
because it feels good to be able to think about what I want.
I watched you in 10 minutes go from depression and despair of being lost to being a superhero. It's like, wow, you know, someone's giving me permission to say, no, that ain't happening. No, you can take care of that.
Yeah.
I looked at my drawer and I don't have any underwear left. Go buy some. Go buy some. Go wash some. I'll get to them. Yeah, but you know, someone needs to clean the house. I know. I'm going to put enough money in the bank where I can hire somebody. I'm tired of doing this.
Yeah, you know, my priorities have changed. Oh my gosh. You
There's a lot of people in the world that have skinny kids. And I'm gonna make enough money to employ a few. I'm gonna employ a housekeeper. I'm gonna employ someone that's I'm gonna hire a chef. I'm gonna hire someone that's gonna go shopping for me. Where are you gonna get all this money? That's why I changed my priority.
Right.
I gotta make enough money to hire people that need extra money. I'll pay them more than minimum wage. I'll also give them tips.
You just added, oh my God, I just popped in a whole nother sentence in my statement. Just from that right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm pissed now. I'm pissed now. But
Yeah, there's I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you focus on it, doesn't it feel like the world is getting worse?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that the world is getting worse, but man, they're sure telling us it is. So 22, now that they had the last day of trading on Wall Street, 22 just beat 2008 as the worst year on Wall Street. So everyone that's had money in Wall Street for the last 2 years has lost all their profits in 2 years.
Yeah.
They're not talking about that.
No.
No, they're telling us that everything's okay. And all of us is going, it didn't feel okay. It doesn't feel okay. I know what we'll do. It's let's raise everybody's wages. And now all the top companies in the world are laying off tens and thousands of people. Wait a minute. They need the people. I thought if inflation went up and we raised the rates for everybody and the wages for everybody and got them with more regulations, they would just pay it. No, they don't. They start laying everybody off because they have a fiduciary responsibility to their stockholders. So if they got to get a bottom line number, how much of a savings is it when you lay off 10,000 people? Wait a minute, I didn't think they would lay people off. Oh yeah, because people are scared and they're not buying as much as they used to. Whole different subject, isn't it? So I can sit around and whine and complain, or I could see how many people I can save. I have a better way, and they never have to ask us anybody for a raise ever again. They can make as much and little as they want. They can have freedom. Yeah, I got something way better than they have.
Yeah, you know what? We can change lives. I know that.
Do it every day.
Yeah. But okay, Robert, I had no intention of going there. I actually have a question.
Okay, no problem.
And I don't know why, but you brought that out of me. I had no intention of even saying what I said.
But your intentions don't count.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a higher intention that needed you to get that off your chest.
I think you're right.
Well, I know I'm right.
That's why we love you. That's why we
Right?
love
So
you.
what's your question?
Okay, so I said, this is about me, and I've already started. I'm not even waiting till the new year because I've been going through Think and Grow Rich again, and I've got another version of it. And I don't know why, but when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So
I think this is my thoughts and my feelings, not my opinions, right? I think Think and Grow Rich is like a PhD book.
okay.
I'm not taking any validity away from it at all.
Mhm.
But doing my best to memorize and study and apply the stuff out of Science of Getting Rich
Yeah,
is like a beginner book.
I agree.
So,
Absolutely.
so to me, not saying anything negative about Think and Grow Rich, but Think and Grow Rich is still not my go-to book.
Mhm.
It's just on a higher level. And so I like studying and watching and reading books and listening to books that resonate with me. And the principles that are so simple in Science of Getting Rich is why ever since you've known me, I do more of that promoting of that book and mastering of that book than Think and Grow Rich. Even though I think that the world has already done a better job of saying Think and Grow Rich is the best book.
You know what, Robert? I agree, and I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I did 2 book clubs with the Science of Getting Rich.
Yeah.
I was going live every chapter with Science of Getting Rich, through Melody's 30 Day, and I did all this, and I thought that I did really, really well, and it
You
just
did. I watched a few of them.
and I just thought, I don't know, what am I not getting here? And this time going through Think and Grow Rich again, it's kind of like hitting me, and I'm thinking, dang it, girl, you just gotta freaking do it.
Yeah.
Just freaking do it. So
There's yeah, if people understood the word execute, you know what I mean? It's impossible, Lisa, to learn the things that are needed to make an impact in your and other people's lives without doing the do.
right.
And so, it's very, very struggling for people that are consistent learners, and they just keep learning 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 without applying. And so the only way that you can learn the skills and the things that you need to is because I'm working with some brand new people that have never done this business. And that's why you guys are going to see such a unique change starting tomorrow. Well, really on the 2nd, because I'll do just a happy new year tomorrow. But it's amazing to me, not only how simple this industry is, but again, what people's thoughts are, that why they think this is so difficult, why they mentally in their mind feel like they're missing something, or they're stuck, or I haven't gotten the magic dust yet. It's like there's all these things that are the little voices in her head that are telling people that they're not prepared or willing to start action. And I watched a video that that's on YouTube, when Terry and I went super affiliate. And you guys know me really well that have watched me. And so, it was interesting that Josh, during that praise and recognition for Terry and I being super affiliate, was asking me questions, and I wasn't prepared for the questions. So you guys know what came out of me is what came out of me. Right. And so he goes, what do you do? He says, so how do you help other people become successful? You've helped, over 60 people, and 9 of them own their own company. How do you do that? And I said, well, Josh, I know one day there will become a point where, Ari and Zoe are going to want to learn to ride a bike. And I just believe that you'll write it and show them, and then you'll ask them to get on the bike and help them. In this industry, people don't want to show people how to do it because they haven't done it, because they've never gone in frickin' action. They've never ridden a bike. They just want to point to videos of me showing people how to ride a bike. There becomes a point in time when you got to ride the bike.
Right.
And when you start riding a bike and getting a check from the company, and a consistent check from the company, that's the only place that your confidence is going to come from. You're going to have more confidence when you're 1K than when you're not 1K. You're going to have more confidence when you string every month your 1K. You're going to have more confidence when you hit 5K. Because now you'll be able to teach some people underneath you how to become 1K.
And you make it so simple. Oh my gosh.
It's
so duplicatable, and I cannot believe how much we mess it up. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, we're just humans. We're just humans. So I tell people if you're not dedicating, and let's use with the videos I've done this week, if you're not slating a priority of time to actually do what you learn, then you're just learning. And I believe the more you learn, the more frustrated you get.
Yep. You are so freaking wise. Oh my God. You are so wise.
So if people want to know, I've shared it in the videos, but I want it to be clear because I know we're covering a lot of good subjects today. Here's something that you have to do every day. You have to do every day. You got to learn to connect with a stranger. Every day. And you got to get remarkable at it. Like Jay said, you got to frickin' have fun at doing it. You got to get so good that and again, don't start out with the business. That's why I did the friends video. How many people have added friends to their Facebook profile in the last year? It's not that difficult. It's where your mind kicks in and feels like you don't know enough, or you need to be a perfectionist before you ask somebody for a favor. Because I know what everybody does. Everybody says way too much. And they can't help themselves. They just constantly could you do me a huge personal favor? Yeah, if I can. All right, I'll throw up on you. It's like, no, I'm not interested in being thrown up on. You're like, what am I doing wrong? You didn't keep it simple. You didn't keep it duplicatable. So yeah, Lisa, take a certain amount of day every day and just say, I'm just going to get great at and gooder every day at connecting with just random strangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that is what I need to do. Mm-hmm. on the personal level. This is where my question is coming in. Not that I don't appreciate.
You still haven't asked your question?
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize.
I apologize, Dee Dee. I know you've been waiting a while. This is amazing, though. This is so much information, and I've been so, for years, just afraid to come to Robert and for him to do this.
Put a number one on the Facebook, or number one in the chat on Zoom if Lisa's vulnerability has helped you at all during this Zoom. Look at all the ones. So I can't accept your apology. We all love you. And the stuff that you're talking about is what other people are like, I'm ashamed to talk about that stuff because I'm really showing that I'm sensible and I'm vulnerable and I have emotions and I'm mad at myself. And there might be a lot of guilt and shame in that. Because I let another year go by and I'm still in the same damn place as I was when I started 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So I love you, Lisa. I'm glad you're doing it.
I love you too. You are the best. You are the best. Okay, I promise I'm getting to my question right now.
Okay.
All right, so I thought I'm focusing on bettering myself, Kaizen. Every single day I am doing the Goddard memorandum. I did the Science Getting Rich over and over and over, Think and Grow Rich. Anyway, I got to the mastermind part and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to start a mastermind and I know I'm not ready.
Yeah, you're not ready. You're not ready. You
But-
know why you're having so much restriction? You're being punished. You're being punished for not applying the stuff you already know. How's that feel? I can guarantee you that statement right there rocked a bunch of people that will watch this video live or recorded. See, I'll give you the analogy, Lisa. Let's say there's a person that you really want to meet back in our dating days, right? And what we do each and every day is we ask people, what would you do? What would you say? How would you let this person know that I feel like I got a crush on them or whatever? How many stories do we hear about heartbreaks because the person wouldn't go up and say hi? There's people that have lost the love of their life because they're too chicken. They're too scared. They're too full of emotions that are not real because they just didn't go for that job that they thought they wanted. They didn't believe in themselves when they, thought about playing a musical instrument. They didn't do what they were supposed to and didn't hit the level that they wanted to with sports. There's all these regrets that we have because we didn't apply what we know. We all know in our heart what we're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, we do.
So if we, in my belief, if you were created by a creator to create, and that's where that statement comes from. Too much is given, much is required. So if the universe did everything it can in its power to put Lisa where she needs to be, and then also connects Lisa to people like myself, and through that wisdom of experience, wisdom comes from failures. Those people shared with you information that if you applied it, you wouldn't be in this position. And you just flat refuse to apply it.
Yeah.
So now we get our ass kicked every day. Because once your mind expanded to a level, see, once your mind expands, it can't go back. So it's like, everything in life, once we figure something out and we go, wow, I didn't know about that.
Right.
How many people have ever seen something like scuba diving or snorkeling or being on a sailboat or skiing? See, there's all these things where you see them and you go, my God, that is freaking cool. That is cool. So not only did you get a vision of something that could put a memory in your life forever, but if you're smart, you could experience that with people that you love. So now as a group experience that we love, wait a minute. It takes time and money to make those kind of memories. Yeah, I've been told how to make money, but I'm just not going to do it. And then you wonder why you're kicking your ass every day. It's not somebody else kicking your ass. It's like, Lisa, you know everything to turn this around. I know, but I'm just not going to do it. Then stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop crying. Don't do it. Wait a minute, Robert. You don't tell me what to do.
Now you got my rebellion going.
Don't you guys find this funny? It's like, listen, Lisa, I know we're in a public and you're bearing your soul and I love and appreciate you. But to be honest with you, I just think you should quit. I think you should resign, go through your entire library, throw away all your personal development books, send in a letter to all the companies you're with and resign, and just move on with your life.
You sound like my husband.
See, it's funny because you guys know as well as I do when, you know, like what Marcus said it does, when someone pushes you all in and go, listen, instead of beating yourself up every day and going through the guilt and shame and feeling this ugly stress, quit.
You know what?
I'm not quitting.
I know.
Okay, so that's
it's like you're in my living room. It's like you're Fred right now.
All right, so now that you said you're not going to quit, that's another new decision for those of you that are religious. What do they call that? I'm going to go Sunday and recommit. It's time for me to, DD's laughing. She's going, let me on here. It's like, you know, listen, you know, I'm saved and I've been to church and I haven't been tithing the way I want to and my life's sort of garbage. I'm going to recommit. I hope you guys don't get mad at me for saying this, but some people are going to get mad at me. You already made the decision. You just been like not exercising your rights. You see what I mean? It's like, hey, I believe in a higher power. Oh yeah, so that scripture, all things are possible to those that believe. You believe, so you just choose not to do the things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of religions that, Craig knows this about me. There's a lot of religions where people don't want to talk to me because I'm going like, how can you believe in the promises and then just say they're not for me? That's bizarre to me.
You know, I'm sure, Robert, there are a lot of people that would like, when people have been in this business for years.
Yeah.
And they have not, okay, I'm talking 3, 4, even 5 years, and they have not been able to maintain a rank.
Right.
Okay. That's a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of people.
They stopped going to work.
Exactly. So, I mean,
if I had a job and I worked and got to pay and worked and got to pay, and I made enough money to cover my rent and my bills, and then I just stopped going to work. And I didn't get a paycheck on Friday. I call them up. Where the hell's my paycheck? Robert, you didn't show up to work. We replaced you. Wait a minute. I worked for you for a while, but you didn't work for us last week. You didn't put in any hours, so you're not getting paid. How's that fair? So People go from working for somebody into being an entrepreneur and they don't work. We're in a season right now, Lisa, where all the awards come out. So they got the bowl games going, and then the NFL playoffs came, and we just watched the World Cup winners. And then they're going to have the Academy Awards, and then the Emmys, and then they're going to have all these things of people that worked. The people that are going to get the awards are the people that showed up every day and they freaking worked. And they never complained. So it took Messi 17 years to get a World Cup trophy and an MVP. But the difference between winners and people that are not winners is they freaking show up anyway. They show up and do the work even though they don't feel like it. So people get in this business, they go to work, they get 2 people in their group and they go in management mode and they stop. Where's that game plan? I don't know where the hell that game plan is. Because I never got shown that game plan. Robert, you got to make $1 million a month. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What do I need? I need 200,000 people in my group. Hang on a second, Lisa. Yeah, I just logged in my back office. I have 45,000. I need. So when I get a rank, there's a lot of people in my group that stop working. I don't. Since you've known me, Lisa, am doing more now on a daily basis than you did when you met me. I'm challenging myself. I'm learning new stuff. Now I got multiple streams of income coming in because I pick out things that I'm not good at that I need to get good at.
Isn't that what a mastermind is supposed to be for?
No. No, a mastermind is a bunch of people that are not producing, finding another way to distract themselves by sitting around crying about stuff that's not working. John about fell out of his chair. Someone's going to have to go pick John up. People that are in masterminds, if you read what a mastermind is you sitting in a room with people that are freaking smarter than you, Lisa.
Absolutely. That's what I want.
Why would people want to be a part of your group? What are you offering?
Growth.
I got it. The only way I can grow is not be a part of your mastermind. I need to be a part of a mastermind of someone that's better than me.
Well, how are we supposed to get to that point if we don't step out there and try to do it?
Because you should have been plugged into masterminds and doing what the masterminds talked about to get the results to go to the next mastermind. Everybody wants to plug me into their Facebook group. I'm not interested. I don't have time to sit around and talk to a bunch of people about nothing that matters. I got 200,000 people I got to find. Lisa, I need to be master. I need to get to 1 million. I don't need things. You don't need to come up with things to distract my time. I know what I'm supposed to do every day. I'm supposed to be connecting with strangers. That's what I need to be doing every day. I learned that 36 years ago, and I'm still doing it. So when people say, read a book, Think and Grow Rich, and it says you need to be in a mastermind, I don't know where in that chapter people read, I should do it. I should start my mastermind. Why not find someone that's smarter than you and plug into theirs?
Like
Well,
you said, you wouldn't want somebody like me.
no, I said I didn't want to be a part of you. If you started a mastermind and invited me to it, I don't want to be in it.
I wouldn't ask you for that reason. I already know that.
Well, why do you think I wouldn't want you a part of my mastermind? One answer, you know the answer.
Because I'm not smarter than you.
Has nothing to do with intelligence. You're way smarter than me. You're way smarter than me.
I'm not more successful.
Because you don't apply.
Well, that's why I would want to try to find a mastermind so that I can learn from smarter people.
Masterminds are to get to the next level.
How is that not the same?
It's because you already possess the knowledge to be successful, and you don't believe you got it. You're a part of my mastermind. How long have you been around me?
Almost 3 years.
How many personal one-on-one conversations have you and I had?
Many.
How many inner circle groups have you been a part of with me?
A few. I have. Quite a few. I'm here every week with you.
So see, you're in a mastermind and you plug in every week. When are you going to apply?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's the only thing you're missing. I'm telling you, you're getting emotionally, you are not the world, not me. You are emotionally kicking your own ass. Because you know who you are. You know who you are deep down inside. You know you can do this. The universe knows you can do this. And the universe has put everything in your lap to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And you just say, no, I need something else. And so the universe is sitting back and going, I don't know what we're going to do. Why doesn't she believe that she can do it? Why won't she go to work?
I needed that. Thanks.
Man, you're special. You've heard me tell you this before. You're enough. You're enough. You're enough. You're enough. How did I go to the next level? You guys, you've been around me long enough, Lisa, to watch me go, I'm not happy with my results. I need to find someone smarter than me. Then I find the books and the tapes. I immerse myself in it. I become obsessed with it. Then I teach it and I go to the next level. You've watched me do this ever since you've met me.
Every day. Every day.
So why I'm rewarded is because I seek. If you seek, you shall find. If you knock, it will be open. And when I find the information, I'm obsessive of getting that information into my heart and my soul and my mind, and I immediately apply it. I'll apply the first words in the first chapter. And because I'm not good at it, I know that I'll get good at it if I keep applying. And that's why the universe rewards me.
And that's exactly what I should do as soon as I get off this call. exactly. But you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna go out to the sliding party.
Just take times, Lisa, a priority every day, and just I when I get off the Zoom, I'm taking the rest of the day off.
Yeah.
And you know what I'll watch? A bunch of college teams that I don't know anything about. And a bunch of college players that I know nothing about. Here's the only thing, the reason why I'll watch the bowl games. It's because the best are playing the best. And they don't get 5 or 7 games to figure it out. They get 1. And so I freaking get expired by watching the best of the best play a sport. And they know that today, especially the seniors, go, I'm going to be known the rest of my life with one of these rings as a Cotton Bowl winner, a Rose Bowl winner, a Peach Bowl winner, a Fritos chip winner, or a loser.
Okay.
And so they go out and apply themselves. They go out and take everything they've learned since they were playing flag football, and they're going to put it on the line today. And then there's a group of people that are painting their faces different colors that are sitting in the stands watching. Those are the people that are participating. They're not the players. They're just vicariously living their lives through other people that are actually doing it.
I have committed a whole lot of time and the upcoming time to Think and Grow Rich again. Should I kind of go back to the science of getting rich then?
No, what you should do, if you're asking me what you should do, you should take everything you already know and go to 25K.
I was thinking 100, but okay.
Well, start at 25.
Yeah. All right. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much, Robert. I needed to hear all of that.
You did. It's like, we don't like being told, and you bared your soul, Lisa, and I love you, but we don't like being told that it's time to apply what you know. No one likes hearing that. It would be so much easier to put a mastermind together, go through Think and Grow Rich for the 35th time. It would be that. See, that's activity, not productivity.
Right. Yeah, I see that now.
So I love it. I appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
I love you too. Thank you, Robert.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lisa, very, very much. Do you think we could squeeze in 2 more questions, Robert?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. First of all, let's go live with Dee Dee Aston, who has been patiently waiting. And thank you so much, Dee Dee. Lisa,
I feel like Dee Dee, and it's not Lisa's fault. We have some great people that have been on here, but I think
absolutely.
I think Dee Dee's been waiting since the last Ask Me Anything.
Now, Lisa, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Dee
all
Dee,
of them.
Yes.
I mean, I can guarantee you people got a lot out of that.
Yes, they have. So, Dee Dee, go ahead and unmute yourself and let's hear what you have to share, please. Thank you. Let's see.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
thank
you.
you. I was like, first of all, I want to say, Robert, I love you because you will call our butts to the carpet. And I can relate to Lisa. And in fact, I have quit. I quit. I'm not going to do it. Throw the books away. I rebought them, came back into my daily choice. I told you this, built my team on the sell product method. Team lost. And I just love that that wasn't holding Lisa to the carpet. That was holding all of us, all of our butts to the carpet. And I appreciate it. Couple quick things. I did get the hello this week. And I said, hi, how long have you been in my daily choice?
Did you
And
really?
I did. And she was totally like, what? What is my daily choice? And I told her she's trying to sell me crypto, and I kept it on my daily choice only because, Lisa, this is for you and me. It was my chance to practice, right?
Yes.
Practice. She's not interested in my daily choice. She's not
No.
interested. She only is trying to spam me or sell me crypto. I think it's a spammer, but I looked at it as my chance to practice connecting with a stranger. So I wanted to say that. And then the other
But
thing,
before you go, Dee Dee, I'm
Uh-huh.
proud of you. I am
Thank you.
so proud of you, because when we can stand on our ground of what we believe in and what we're focused on, and to not allow someone that's more enthusiastic pull us off our train. You see what I mean? It's
Yes.
like, do I practice on people that I know that are not interested in my daily choice? Every day.
Yes.
Every day. And I always got the same thoughts you guys did. Hello, hello. I'm not trying to brag, but I can guarantee you I get more people soliciting me probably than you do,
hmm
because I'm online almost all the time, and everyone goes, oh my God. And when they reach out to me, I'm like, well, can I switch them?
hmm hmm
You know what I mean? And no, I can't. See, what you guys think is I might have the skills, the communication skills, the 36 years of experience, the millions in documentation, the documentation of trophies. That helps me not at all with an uninterested person.
Absolutely. You know what I said to her, Robert? I said to her, crypto is hard to duplicate. Not everybody is interested in crypto. I have a vehicle that gives you more opportunity as far as maybe people will be involved. And I sent her my little the video. I sent it to her, and I was like, hey, here you go. So she, of course, came back with, I want you to see my earnings and everything. And I never responded after like the third back and forth, because she's not interested. But
No.
I'm like Lisa just said, I got to practice getting to that point in the conversation with strangers. Okay. So any opportunity, I got to practice.
Yeah.
One thing that may help, Lisa, that I am trying to do now, I've been showing up, I've been listening to you, and you have shared with us that you are dyslexic. And I know the way I learn is by taking notes. And
Awesome.
so now I have a whole new notebook for 2023 of your Ask Me Anything to take notes and go apply. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe, because I know when I just listen, it's in one ear and kind of out that same ear. So I rode in an Uber because my Southwest flight didn't get canceled. Yesterday, I rode in an Uber.
Okay. Thank God. Thank God.
And the guy and I were talking, and I just reminded myself to connect with him. He was Ethiopian, and I happen to have a lot of Ethiopian friends here in Colorado. They are all very enterprising. So I told him about a restaurant. I told him about a coffee shop. He was super, wow, this is great. Now, he said, what do you do? And God, I hate that I defaulted to my day job, right? I work in sales at Anthem. And then I said, I have a business. I did say that, but I was like, that's not what you're supposed to say.
That's okay.
So I wrote down here, I am helping a company expand. I am working with a multimillionaire. I know a guy. I am learning from a guy. And then it might not be for you. And then
say that.
stop waiting around for me to be successful. Would you say those things in person? That's my question.
In person, yes. I still practice in person, even though I know mentally it's probably not duplicatable as much as it used to be. So what I try to do is get them interested enough to just take a step or give me their contact information so
Okay.
that I can take it online. So Dee Dee, if he said, well, what do you do? You know, I right out say, believe it or not, I'm helping one of the fastest growing companies expand right now.
Okay.
In fact, they're looking for people that want to make extra money working from anywhere at any time.
Okay. That's what I should have said.
Yeah. And then they go, oh, really? See, so we always want to say short words to get a response. A conversation is two people talking. And to show you how fast I can find someone that's interested is just recently, because I was teaching these new guys that knew nothing about this industry. They know nothing about it. It's so refreshing. And they put me in front of people all day, every day. I said, this is all you got to do. Reach out to people, connect with them, ask them if they know anyone that wants to make extra money, if they can share a short video with them, and they go back, this guy asked this, this guy asked this, this guy asked this. And it's just a thread with this guy named Abe, where he's putting me in front of people so fast, so quick. And Jimmy came in, a guy from the UK. He's already got 19 people underneath him, and they're watching it live time. And every time he says to me, I just never thought it was this simple. You say very little to people. So he connected me in this group, and I went, what makes you so interested in my daily choice? That was the first thing that I said. And he goes, I don't know if I'm interested. And so here's child psychology, which, don't get mad at me, most adults are still children. You know,
I am.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I like being a child. And so he goes, I don't know if I am. And I said, if you were in my position and someone responded to you that they wasn't interested, would you continue the conversation? And his response was, now I'm interested. And I said, in what? And he goes, you know what you're doing. Why? Because I asked him if he was interested. Do you guys find this funny? All I asked him is, why are you interested in my daily choice? Well, I don't even know what MDC is. I don't know if I would be. So how would you normally find out if you're interested in something? Wouldn't you want to get more information?
Yes, yes.
So that's why it's important to create a free account. I'm an affiliate with Amazon. I never got a chance to talk to Jeff Bezos. I never got to do a conference call and ask Jeff Bezos a bunch of questions. You know why? Because I created a free account, and inside the free account is a bunch of places where I can ask questions.
Yes.
It's like, if you're not interested. And he went, I like that. And I said, most people are too busy being distracted by doing things and coming up with excuses to ever learn something new to be successful. I just pray you're not one of those people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where that line came from. You know, on that video that I did, where it's
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's impossible to learn if you know everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and so yeah, I'm so proud of you, Dee Dee. And the other thing is, you were telling me what you were doing, and then you were smiling. You know what I mean? Because how does it feel for you to know that you at least gave him some information? It didn't go the way you wanted to,
Right.
but see what I mean?
Yes.
And here's the thing I love most about you, Dee Dee, is that you're aware of your awareness. If I could give anybody a gift that I could just say, here's a gift for you, Heath. Here's a gift for you, Shelley, is be aware of what you're thinking and doing. So he goes, well, what do you do? And you responded like a robot.
Right.
Oh, I'm
Right.
an auto mechanic. working for Toyota down at Longo Toyota, and you're like, and your aware mind goes, you are?
Right.
I thought you were doing this to get out of that.
Right.
Okay.
Why did I say that? Yes. Yes. I don't want to be a sales rep at Anthem. Right.
So
Right.
that's one of the things I love about you, Dee Dee. Every time you're on here and you come on and share, you're vulnerable like Lisa. And what you do is you talk about, you know, that, hey, I'm aware of this and why did I do this? And
Yes.
always understand that if someone asks you a question, that you're really wanting just to give them enough information to go to the next question.
Right. Right. I had to practice that.
Right.
I had to practice.
Yeah. So if you notice Jim Rowan, even back in the day, people would ask him what he did. And he said, well, I'm a mechanic. And then I got this thing where I'm building my fortune.
Yes, I have that. Yes.
Yeah. Me, if you ask anybody that knows me, Craig knows this. I don't know if Matt's still on here, but people always would mess up and they'll ask me, you know, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, building the empire.
Mhm.
I'm building the empire. Every day I'm building the empire. That's a big empire.
Yes. I
But
have
every
that on a
day-
cassette.
Every day my response is the same. I'm building an empire.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, really? Tell me a little bit about it. What if you said that you were like building your empire, or I'm right now helping a company expand and they're looking for people that want to make 6 figures a year? Do you know of anyone like that?
Yes.
Well, what is it? Are you interested? Well, I don't know what it is. Great. Your phone number is on the Uber app. Will you give me permission to use that phone number to send you some information? See, I know people that go, you may not be interested. I would never say that in a million years. Why would you say that? Hey, Dee Dee, it's sure a nice wedding reception. I know you don't want to dance with me.
You're right. Right.
It's like, okay, maybe you don't, but I don't need to bring that to your awareness.
Right. Exactly. Right. Right. One
But
thing you said yesterday when I was on my walk, I got a new Garmin. I'm walking these steps, and you said, "Oh, it blew me away." The guy from Seinfeld went
Jerry
to Jay
Seinfeld.
Leno's house to learn the steps. You are our mastermind.
Oh,
That
thank you.
guy, Jerry Seinfeld, went to Jay Leno's house every day to learn the process of becoming a comedian. I had to stop and back it up. I'm like, what did he say? That's what you're doing for us.
It's fun to watch other people get interviewed, and they have a lot of things in common. One, there was a point in their life that really sucked. Because if your life doesn't suck, there's really never going to be a transition. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if
Yeah.
people went up
Yeah.
to you and like, if someone tried to recruit me today in another company, right now I'm unrecruitable.
Right.
Why? Because I'm so damn happy. I'm like reaping a harvest after 36 years, and I'm reaping the best harvest I've ever reaped. So there's no way that you can get me sidetracked,
Mhm.
right? So it's funny when you run into people that, you know, they really just don't have anything going on, but they're also not interested in what you got going on. I guess they're just in limbo, right? And I know that you guys have heard me say this before, and I don't know, maybe someone can prove me wrong on this. But we did talk about, you know, with Lisa and I believe John, is that when we try to do anything for the first time, there's just this ugly feeling of sucking at it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We're uncomfortable at it. We're not good at it. We're scared that they're going to ask us questions. Do you guys realize it? The more honest that you are, the easier this business is. Just be brutally honest. I have a couple of questions. And what if I couldn't answer them? What do you mean? I'm brand new. I got a question for you. Would you walk up to somebody that was in their first year of med school and ask them if they performed any surgeries lately? Are you that kind of a-hole that would talk to a first year law student and said, how'd your last jury trial go? I'm new. I don't know anything. I got to learn a bunch of stuff before I get there. So people that have law degrees and they're so good at it then become professors to teach it. And doctors that become doctors become professors that teach it. If you want to know how to build this business, why wouldn't you want to hear it from someone that's making $1 million a year?
Right.
Why would you beat me up? Does that make you feel better? Well, how much money have you made? Not even close to what I thought I was. Why? I'm not applying myself. Why aren't you applying yourself? I found out that I'm not as confident as I thought I was. I'm starting to find out that I'm working on a lot of personal development stuff that I just put on the back burner while I was an auto mechanic. I didn't have to use any of that stuff. Now I get into being an entrepreneur, and every day I got to talk to people. And I found out that I'm not as comfortable as talking to people as I want to be. And people go, I know exactly what you're talking about. So when I tell people the story, like I said to Lisa, the day I got so pissed off at myself that I got up in the morning, just like a job, I took a shower, jumped in a car and commuted to an area where there was a lot of people. And I was down there for 8 hours and didn't get one name. Do you know how many people go, I can relate with that? I've been able to pull off a day, a week, a year without talking to any strangers. Well, that's okay. But where are you going to find the people that are going to build your business? I said this to a person the other day, Dee Dee. I said, do you have a job? And he goes, of course I got a job. I go, what do you do? He goes, I'm an insurance adjuster. I go, do you work for a company? He goes, yeah. I go, do you mind telling me? He goes, State Farm. I go, do you know how many employees State Farm has? He goes, I forgot. I knew my first year working with them, but it's like over 200,000 people work for State Farm. I said, so if I invested in State Farm insurance, do you think I'd make money? Oh, you definitely would. I said, why are they profitable? And he goes, because I got a lot of people like me. I go, we have a winner. That's all I'm trying to do is to get you to switch to the place where you can have a lot of people working for you. And he went, wow. I go, don't go wow, because 99% of the people do not want to be in your group. They want to be comfortable. So we got to find them, but they're out there. I promise you they're out there. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Thank you, Robert.
Love ya.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Robert, now this question comes from David Arcand, and this is how I want to close it up because it's
Cool.
a perfect question. Before I give you the question, because I want to give you the last word with this. I think
Sure.
it'll be a great thing. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's participated in today's AMA. You are amazing people. Bill Shoemaker, John Tier, Mary Valchik, Jay Clark, Lisa Marie Cook, Eric Markham, Felix, Dee Dee Aston, and now David, our Dave Arkand. And Matthew, of course, bless you. Thank you so much for being here, for being our backbone, and for helping every single time we do these. The question from David Arkand is, where do you find your inspiration?
I find my inspiration today from two different things. One is just people in general, because because every day I'm looking for inspiration and people doing inspiring things. I'm like, I go from victory to victory to victory, victory, victory. I don't have to know anything about anything. And I'm constantly finding human beings that are doing above average stuff. And that inspires me. It totally inspires me. And it's funny because on a day-to-day basis, when I find stuff that inspires me, I usually mention it on my AMA or my daily video. So when I seen this young African-American kid that's now considered a prodigy in playing pool, I just find it fascinating that we have all these kids that are prodigies, and all they did is they had two things. One is they found somebody else that did something that inspired them. And secondly, kids usually have some pretty cool parents and grandparents that are backing them on this deal, you know? And I thought about this, and I want you guys to let this sink in your heart. Why would other siblings, I think this boy had like 4 brothers and sisters, got a mom and dad, and their grandparents were involved. So we're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How could you get 7 people that know you to virtually sacrifice everything for your career? Because you're inspiring. They see the passion in you that they wish they had. So when we hear about, you know, all these people that are just winners and winners and winners, and then you get to hear the story about the parents that sacrificed everything and did a second finance on their home and drove them to every camp. You know what I mean? It's like people are inspired and want to help people that have a vision. And when the person shares their vision with you, it just goes, oh my God, this person's going to pull this off. I know they're going to pull this off. So I get inspiration from other people constantly. Like I told you guys, you know, watching all these Jerry Seinfeld coffee and cars with comedians, you know, it's just everything. Like I love watching the Jay Leno ones now and his cars. And I love David Letterman's got a new thing. I finally said, Matt will crack up on this one. I actually said to Terry yesterday, I finally understand podcasts. Just because I wanted to find other interviews of Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, do you guys find it fascinating that this guy's worth almost $1 billion? And he became a comedian, and he was only a comedian for 4 years when he got sort of the blessing from Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show. So he really has a story where I seen a comedian. I want to be the best comedian. I'm going to work my butt off every day. I'm being the best comedian, and I'm going to be the best comedian. And the next thing you know, he doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life. That's a pretty, I think it's 9 seasons of Seinfeld. And he was 4 years a comedian. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years. That's all it took. And then he's been riding on that success for that 9 years. Makes $40 to $70 million a year. Why am I saying that? Is because he said something that I believe I said in the other videos this day. And people go, are you going to retire? And he goes, are you kidding me? That'd be like asking a woodchuck if he's going to chuck wood. I do this all day, every day, all day. I'm observing things that I find funny that I can bring up to other people and they think it's funny. And I don't remember, he was with Fallon and they were sitting at a restaurant and he says, but can you do it immediately? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, do it. And he said, well, you're putting me on the pressure right now. And he picked up a fork. And he goes, you remember that restaurant with the thin forks? No one likes a thin fork. And he goes, you go to cut and the fork bends. It's like, why can't you get a decent fork? It's a thin fork restaurant, the thin fork cafe. And Fallon's about falling out of his chair. Because we all know people that observe and they can make something funny and he's just an observer. You know what I mean? So he just says, I never thought of anyone that's ever done this. And so he'll take the time to craft his story around stuff that we all go, oh my God, I seen Heath right away when I seen thin fork and I seen him smile. And it's like all of them going, yeah, I've had to eat with a thin fork. And I've seen Jerry Seinfeld go off on, what are they called? A spoon and a fork?
Sporks.
Here's the other one he went off on. He goes, as he says, has anybody really paid attention to a straw? He says a straw is 2 inches higher than the rim of the glass. And most of the time, you're trying to find the straw when you could just move the straw over and drink out of the glass. You're 2 inches away from the rim of the glass. And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy is freaking hilarious. But, I took Terry out to eat last night and I drank from a straw. You know what I mean? But it's so people inspire me. The other thing that inspires me is wanting to make a bigger impact on children. It took me a while to figure out where my fulfillment would lie. And, it was fun for Terry and I, and Matt's a part of that because he's a part of Hollis organization. And to think that we were in a position to be able to make sure that 400 children had a better Christmas. It's just, man, that never gets old for me. Never, ever, ever gets old for me. And because I'm sort of I just want to be better than I was before. So I believe that it was that time last year that I think we donated enough to be able to help out 100 children. So to 4X that, you know what I mean? I'm constantly going, God, I want to help more foster kids. And now this new kinship, I didn't even know the word existed. And it's one of those things that I can get passionate about. And it's like, kinship, what's kinship? Well, that's where the mom and dad can't take care of the kids. So the government or the state takes them away. But the people that come in to save the day are relatives. People that are blood relatives to those now kids that are in foster care. And I'm going, I knew that happened, but why is that a big thing? Well, if you foster a child, the state pays you. If you kinship a child, you get nothing. What? Yeah, family members that take in other kids that don't have any mom and dads that can take care of them, they get nothing. They can't even get the parents that might not be there, or the parents that are homeless or strung out on drugs or whatever. They can't even get those people in a court to get them to get total responsibility for them to write them off on their taxes. Is that crazy? Do you guys find that, like, you know, one of those little things where we can get pissed off and say that's a misinjustice, and I'm gonna, you know, stand out in front of a place, the courthouse, with a sign saying that you need to find a way to take care of kinship parents. You got to give them more, or I could just make money and give them more. Do you guys see that? Me, it's like, if I had more money, I could help more children. So the question, Dave, that you asked is thank you very much, Dave, is that's the two things that inspire me. I'm looking for inspiration from people all day, every day. And you guys might find this extremely hard to believe, but doing these AMAs are just not for me. You inspire me. Each and every one of you that are here live, that found a way to be here when other people found something better to do. Because they all did the same thing last week. Well, it's Christmas Eve. Well, it's New Year's Eve. You know, I took Terry out to eat yesterday because we made a joke years ago when we were young that we didn't want to go out when amateurs go out. See, I don't mind going to, you know, places where people drink that are professional drinkers. But there's a few times a year where the amateurs get hammered, and that's always a problem. So how many people know that, hey, you know, I'm only going to get hammered a couple of times a year, but tonight's one of those days, you know? So I always take my wife out a day before, you know, and go out and celebrate the New Year's, so I don't have to do it with the amateurs. And it's like, so that's the two things. I hope that helped you, Dave.
Dave, thank you. That was a great question. And as we wrap up our final 2022 AMA, I just want to let everybody know so much information was shared here by Robert. And we put it in the chats in both Facebook and here in Zoom. Now, for Zoom, though, I mean, Facebook, it'll live right there in the whole thing. But the in the Zoom, very simple to download all the information that we shared. You just basically click on the three dots that's to the right of where the chat is, where it says everyone or whatever is there. Click on the three dots. It will appear that says save chat. Click on save chat, and it will download everything that was in the Zoom chat to your computer. So you have all of those amazing videos and links and things that Robert was talking about, as well as to get his book and to join his YouTube channel and much, much more. Robert, bless you. Thank you so very much. I want to say to you and to everybody, have a fantabulous new year. Lots of great things to come. And let's get on board and let's get out there and do it. And thank you everyone for sharing. Thank you for being who you are, top to bottom. We love you and we appreciate you. Robert, bless you. Thank you so much.
Bless you. Thank you, Craig, so much for all the stuff you've done for me all year, and Matthew, and each and every one of you. I'm gonna, when I press click here, you'll be able to mute yourself, but Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and even the Bill Gappy to you. And so, all right. So I have muted you. See you guys
Pretty
later.
funny, huh, Robert?
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Well,
Thank
terrible
you.
typer.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thanks,
Hi,
Robert.
Lisa.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Courtney.
Craig.
Nice to
Happy
see
New
you.
Year.
Hi, John. Hi,
Thank you,
Kai.
Robert.
Love you
Happy
guys.
New Year.
See you,
Bless
Chris.
you all and thank you.
See you, Dave, Justin, Daniel, Billy, Paul, Danielle, and all the people that are on Facebook. I love and appreciate you. Let's make 23 the best year ever. Financially free, physically free, mentally free in 2003.
Everybody.
See you in Dallas.
God bless you
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye-bye. See you all in Budapest.
Right.
Dallas. I'll see you in Dallas.
Dallas.
Okay, we'll see you in Dallas. Okay, bye.
Dallas.